price is low. Call it right and win the dough on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Isn't that nice? Thank you. Thank you very much. You're very kind. Thank you. Oh, sure, but will you respect me tomorrow? Thank you. Welcome to Card Sharks, a game of decisions where you can win a fortune on the turn of a single card. Right now, we'll turn the board and get to the cards. Janice and Ann, if you will, start loading in the cards. The red cards on top will be played by the champion. The lower cards, the blue cards, will be played by the challenger. And now let's meet today's Card Sharks. Hello there, Royce. Royce Moss, three-time champion. You know how much money you've won so far?
Oh, yes. I've won $8,400.
$8,400. Doing well. Good to have you back. And we're meeting your challenger for the first time. This lady's going to try to dethrone you. This is Cynthia Hoffman. Hello, Cynthia. Welcome.
Hi there,
nice to have you here with us.
Thank you very much.
Tell us something about yourself.
Well, I'm a third-year law student, newly married, just 8 months, a year in August, and I met my husband in law school, and the two of us hopefully are going to open our own practice together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's it going to be called?
Hoffman and Hoffman.
Who's Hoffman first?
Me.
Of course.
Yes.
Nice to have you here with us. Good luck to both of you. Each player has their own deck of 52 playing cards. They're shuffled and cut before we go on the air, and the red cards on the top will be played by Royce. The lower cards, the blue cards, to be played by Cynthia. The object of the game is to work your way across the board, predicting whether each of these cards is higher or lower than the one that precedes it. Before you can begin calling high-low on the cards, you have to first answer a high-low toss-up question. Here comes my little R2-D2 now. All of our toss-up questions based on a poll of 100 people. They test your ability to judge human nature. And Royce, the first question goes to you, and we polled 100 women in the small Idaho town of Craigmont. And we asked them this question. Ladies, have you ever seen an X-rated movie? How many said they had?
Maybe not too many in Craigmont. I'd say 15.
15. He says 15 have seen an X-rated movie. Cynthia, higher or lower?
Yes. I think it's going to be lower.
You say it's lower?
Lower, yes.
Well, if it is lower, Cynthia, you go to the board first. If not, it'll be Royce.
Okay.
The actual number of women who said they've seen an X-rated movie is 11. It is low. Cynthia, you've got that all-important control. We'll take a look at your base card. You answered the high-low toss-up question, so you have the right to change this base card if you'd like. And you have a king. You want to play that?
I'll keep it.
Good card. Is this
keep
next
it.
card higher or lower than that king?
It's going to be lower.
Lower. Everybody agrees with you there. Remember, if it's another king, you lose. It must be lower than a king. It's a 2. Oh, yeah. Very much lower. Cynthia, let me remind you, just for the record now, you can freeze at this point and protect your position, or you can continue calling high-low all the way across. They don't want you to stop. But remember, if you make a mistake, you lose all the cards back to your original base card, and Royce gets a free chance at his cards. What are you going to do?
Okay, I'm going to go on, and I'll say the next card will be higher.
Higher than a 2.
Come on, Deuce. Come on, Deuce.
It's a 9.
Woo!
Now, Cynthia, what do you want?
I'm going to freeze.
You'll freeze it right there. We'll move the freeze bar over. That becomes a new base card, and you keep those 3 cards. You need just 2. You've kept Royce away from his cards. And, of course, the first one of you to get across the board wins the game in $100. We play the best 2 out of 3. Winner of the match gets a chance at the money cards where you can win up to $28,800. Cynthia, question to you.
Yes.
We asked 100 first-grade children in Southern California. Do you think your parents are old? How many said yes? First-grade children.
Well, I think to a young child, everybody over 25 is old. So I would say about 85 children.
Cynthia says 85 first graders think their parents are old. Royce, higher or lower?
Even though I think they'd say they are older, I think that's a little high. I'd say it's going to be a little
Higher
lower
than that.
Yes,
You say higher or lower?
I'm saying lower.
Oh, you say lower. I'm sorry, we didn't hear you right. Royce says lower. See how quick we changed that? Our staff is smart. Oh, yes. He says lower. The actual number of first graders who said their parents are old is 22. It is lower, Royce. Then we got your answer right there. Royce, we'll look at your base card. You're starting with an 8. Do you want that?
Now I got to change that. I don't want that one.
Here's the next card off the top of your deck, and this one you must play. You cannot change it. It is a 4.
Good.
Good change.
Right.
Call this card.
Next card will be higher.
Higher than a 4.
Come on, baby.
It's a 6. It is higher.
I'll go on. Next card, we'll call it higher.
He's risking it. Higher than a 6. It's a 9.
Yeah, I better freeze right there.
Freeze it right there.
Freeze.
We've got a dead tie. Both players needing 2 cards as we go to the next question to you, Royce.
Okay.
We asked 100 married women in the afternoon audience of The Price is Right. Afternoon audience.
Okay.
Did you have a fight with your husband today? How many said yes?
Oh, I don't think we fight these ladies too much. I'd only say 8.
I remember from previous shows, you like the ladies,
That's
Royce.
right.
You say
I like the ladies.
Cynthia, higher or lower?
Well, considering the shows in the afternoon, there isn't that many hours to fight. I'd say it's higher.
You say higher.
Higher.
Oh, you figure there's not enough time to fight, but you still think enough of them got in a fight to be higher.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Oh,
No.
yes.
Oh, 8? Well, okay, sure, higher.
Higher.
A woman of decision. Higher.
The actual number of women who said they had a fight with their husband that day is 6. Not higher. It's lower. Royce. Well, Cynthia had a lot of time to think about it, but it worked out for Royce. You want to keep this 9?
No, I'll change that 9.
And you've got a 3.
Beautiful.
Another good change for Royce. Call this card.
Okay, next card's going to be higher. Come on, I need an
Higher
ace here.
than
Need
a
an
3.
ace. Need an ace.
It's a 5.
Okay. Okay, I'll play it on out. We'll call next card higher.
You're going for it. If this
Yes.
is higher than a 5, you have the first
Come
game
on,
in the
come
match. If not, Cynthia's still in it. Higher than a 5. It's a
All
king.
right.
You did it. Right away, Royce says game number 1, trying for his 4th championship. And Cynthia, you want to stop him. You need 2 in a row. Let's find out how it happens. All comes out. I'll make it all come out right after this. Clear the board.
Visit Nerdocrumbizia and marvel at our burgeoning space program.
They tried to launch a rocket by putting a blank under it.
Firecracker.
There's never been a better time to visit lovely Nerdocrumbizia. Tonight at 2 on Buzzer.
Are you one of them now?
Well, Royce has got game number 1 and $100. Pressure's on Cynthia right now. Janice, if you will, fill in for the next game. These are the same decks of cards right off the top where we left off. Cynthia, question to you.
Okay.
We asked 100 women in a Goodson-Todman studio audience. Now, forgive a frank question, but are you pregnant? How many said they were pregnant?
I'd say only 3.
Only 3.
Yeah.
Royce, higher or lower than 3?
I was thinking along those. I'd say lower.
Lower.
Lower than 3, yes.
Not many out of 100 pregnant. The actual number of women who said they were pregnant is 6. Not higher, Cynthia. 6 out of 100. Interesting. Cynthia, here's your base card for this game. It is a 5. Do you want to play that?
I think so. I'll say the next card will be higher.
Higher than a 5. It's a 9.
I think I'll freeze.
You'll freeze it
Yeah.
right there. Doesn't want to play with that 9, keeping Royce away from the cards. And Royce, the question goes to you.
All right.
We asked 100 fifth grade children, who works harder, your mom or your dad?
Oh, I
How many
definitely got
said
to be
mom
dad.
works harder?
Uh-huh.
How many of the 5th graders said that the mother works harder?
How many said the mother works harder?
That's right.
20.
20. Cynthia, higher or lower than 20 said mom works harder.
I say it'll be lower because I think men talk about their work more than women do.
So you think it's going to be?
Lower.
Lower.
Yeah.
You say lower. Children think that mom works harder. And you think no. The actual number of 5th graders who said their mom works harder is 45. Not lower, higher, Royce. Yeah. Looks like the 5th graders were kind of split right up the middle, and that's about right. I think both sides work harder there. Royce, here's your base card. You've got an 8.
Oh, boy, I got to change that one. I want that 8.
Don't like that.
Yeah,
The
gotta
audience
change that
agrees with you to change it.
Come on.
Now you've
Hey,
got a
it's
4.
better. Okay, I'll go for it. Next card's going to be higher.
Higher than a 4.
Come on.
It's a jack.
Okay. All right.
Very much higher.
Yeah, next card, lower.
Going to continue lower
Need
than
a
a
deuce
jack.
here. Need a good deuce here.
It's a 7.
Okay, I better freeze right there.
Freeze it on the 7, needing 2 cards. Cynthia needs 3 cards, and Cynthia needs this game. The question to you, Cynthia. We asked 100 married men in a California studio audience. Now, tell the truth. Are you happily married? How many said yes?
Oh, I'm a romanticist. I would hope that 75 said
75. You've been married how long, Cynthia?
yes. 8 months.
8 months. Well, what do you know? You say 75. Royce, higher or lower?
Oh, I'm going to say it's going to be higher.
Higher.
I think most of us are.
You're
pretty
also a
happily married.
romanticist.
That's right.
The actual number of married men who said they were happily married is 94. Higher, Royce. That's a great answer. It's nice to see people feel that way. Royce, you want to keep this?
Now we'll change that one too. Come on.
You got
Deuce.
two. Yeah. Good change.
Next card's got to be higher.
Higher than a 2. It's a queen. Gonna go for it? You gotta
Go for it. Next card's got to be lower.
If this is lower than a queen, he has 2 in a row and his 4th crack at the money
baby.
cards for
Come
the
on.
win.
Come
Lower
on,
than
baby.
a queen.
Come on.
Yeah! He's done it again. Royce, you do play those cards. Yes, Cynthia, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very
Good luck with your law and your marriage. Thank you for being here, Cynthia. Royce, come on down here. You keep it up, trying for win number 4. The money card's coming up right after this, so don't go away. Good play.
If you could be more...
2 games, another $200, up to $8,600.
That's right.
You're ready for the big money.
I'm ready.
Then let's open the board and get to the money cards. All right, Royce. You know how to do it. Here's how the money cards are played. $200 in the game is yours to keep. Now we've got a brand new deck, shuffled and cut. We're going to give you new money to play with. This time you're going to bet that money. Starting on the bottom line with $200, bet that as you will with these 3 cards. When you move up to the second level, we add another $200 of betting money. And you bet that with these 3 cards. $50 minimum bets until you get to that top card, that big bet. There you have to bet at least half the dollars.
Okay.
Let's get a big one.
Let's go.
You're going good?
Let's go.
$200 to start with. And as always, a choice of 2 base cards. And we have a 5. Want to play that 5? I want to change it.
I'll play that 5.
All right, you've got $200 and a 5. What's your bet on this
I
card?
bet $100 is higher.
$100.
100.
Higher than
Yes.
a 5. It's a 4. Ooh. You must have had a premonition on that one. You didn't go too high.
like that 5.
You've got $100 and a 4 now.
Okay, I bet the 100 that the next card will be higher.
Higher than a 4.
Yes.
$100. It's
All
a
right.
All right. $200 now, Royce, and a jack.
I bet the 200 next card will be higher. Lower.
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 Whole thing,
Yeah, lower.
$200.
Come on.
Lower
Come
than
on.
a jack.
Come on.
It's a
All
10.
right.
A little bit lower. You've got $400. Going to move that 10 up to the next level. Add the other $200. Royce, $600 to play with now. And you have a 10.
I'll bet 300 the next card will be lower.
Lower than a 10.
300.
$300. It's an 8. Yes. $900 and an 8, Royce.
I bet 50. The next card is lower.
All right, no, that's his strategy. He's trying to get a better card if you can. $50 and what?
And lower.
And lower than an 8. Let's see a deuce.
Come on, 8.
Lower than an 8 for $50. It's
All
a 5.
right.
It is lower. And you got that better card. $950 and a 5.
Okay, I bet 500 the next card will be higher.
Okay. Ooh, let's get into the big bets now. $500 higher than a 5. It's You keep cruising around those middle cards, Royce. But they're paying off for you. You've got $1,450. Up goes the 9. You must bet at least half your money. That is $725. That's the minimum you can bet, $725. You can bet more. You've got a 9. What's your bet?
Okay, I bet a half. I bet half of that next card is going to be lower.
Half of the money.
Yes, half of it.
$725, lower than a 9. Let's do it. It's a 10. Ooh, could not do it there, but you got $725, Royce. Your winnings keep adding up, though. Another $725. You're up over $9,000 right now, and we'll meet a new challenger right after this. That's not bad, over $9,000.
Introducing all-time Whammy favorites from K-Boz, the Whammy Fab 4, Whammy Presley, Michael Whammy, and many more. Not available in stores, only on Buzzer. Next.
It all.
Royce, You had very tough cards there.
Oh, believe it. I can't believe the cards I had come up.
You had from a 6 through a
6
10
through a 9,
all the way through there. That was tough, but you played them well. I must say, that was a nice move. You got that 8 and said, let's just bet 50, we can get a better card. It added up well for you because you now have $9,325.
All right.
You're doing well. Janice, if you will, peel out the cards for the next match. These are 2 brand new decks of cards. We've got a brand new contestant on Card Sharks. Sue Ann Murray. Hello, Sue Ann. Welcome. Tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, I'm a student at Saddleback College, and I'm majoring in political science, and I hope to transfer to UCLA in the fall.
Well, that's super. What would you like to do as a political scientist?
I don't know. I'd like to go to work for the State Department, maybe go overseas.
Good. I hope you can straighten out some of the messes around the world, Sue Ann. Nice to have you here with us. Good luck in the match. You're up against a tough champion.
I know.
And Sue Ann, you'll be playing those lower cards, the blue cards. Royce, of course, plays the red cards on the top. And we will start with a question to you, Royce.
Okay.
We asked 100 Playboy bunnies.
All right.
Do you like it when a man whistles at you? How many bunnies said they like being whistled at?
I think everybody likes that. I'd say about 90.
Oh, would you like to have girls whistle at you?
Sure.
I think that'd be nice. He says 90. Sue Ann, higher or lower?
I don't think that girls like to be oogled at. I'll say it's lower.
You say it's lower than 90.
Lower.
You like to be whistled at?
If he's cute.
Oh, if he's cute. I see. Okay. The actual number of Playboy bunnies who said they liked being whistled at is 20. Very much lower. Sue Ann. Yeah, that's a surprise. Sue Ann, we'll look at your base card. You have a 7. You want to play that or change it?
I'm going to change it.
Here's the next card off the top of your deck. It's a 10. A little bit of an improvement. Sue Ann, higher or lower here?
Lower.
Lower than a 10. It's a jack. It is not lower. And Royce is clapping because that means Royce gets a free play at his cards and this base card of 5. You can't change it, Royce. Call it.
Next card's higher.
Higher than a 5.
Come on, baby.
It's
all
a
right.
king. Very much higher.
All right. Play on. Next card be lower. Come on.
Lower than a king. It's
all right.
a 5 again.
I'll play on. Next card's going to be higher.
And
higher.
now the
ace.
risk gets a little greater. You're
Need
risking
ace.
both of those cards.
I need ace, right?
Higher
now.
than a 5.
I need an ace.
It's a 4. Oh, Royce's cards have been falling well for you up to now, but this time you've lost 3 cards. And Janice, if you'll fill in the spaces, we'll go to the next question to you, Sue Ann.
Okay.
We asked 100 policemen, do you ever feel guilty about giving a traffic ticket? How many said they feel guilty?
No, they're mean. I don't even I say 22 said they did.
You say they're mean and 22, huh? Don't tell anybody where your car's parked, Sue Ann. Royce, higher or lower?
I think it's lower. I think if they give tickets, people usually deserve them. So I think it'd be a little lower than that.
The actual number of policemen who said they feel guilty about giving tickets is 29. It is not lower, it's higher, Sue Ann. See, and you thought they were so mean, Sue Ann. Shame on you. Sue Ann, you want to play this 10 or change it?
I think I'll keep it, and I'll say the next card is lower.
Lower than a 10. It's an ace. Higher. Once again, Royce, we play off that 5. You can't change it. Call this.
Next card's higher.
Higher than a 5.
Come on now.
It's
all
a
right.
9.
Next card, lower.
You're going to risk
Lower. I'll go for it lower.
Lower
Come on
than a
now.
9.
Come on now. All right.
It's a 6. 2 cards to protect now.
Okay, I'll go on. I'll say next card's going to be higher.
Again, he's gambling. Higher than a 6.
Need an ace now.
It's
all right. Lower, next card.
He's going for it all. Lower than a queen for win number 1. It's an ace, and he couldn't do it. Losing them all with a big ace, a big break for Sue Ann.
Yes.
4 cards down. Wow. Royce, the gambling didn't pay off that time. Here's a question to you, Royce. We asked 100 California men, should the main responsibility for birth control lie with the woman or the man? How many men said it's the woman's responsibility?
I think it's a little easier for the women, and traditionally women have been, I'd say 80.
You say 80 men said it's the woman's responsibility. Right. Sue Ann, higher or lower?
I don't know. There's a lot of chauvinists running around, but I would say it's lower.
You say lower?
Lower.
The audience didn't agree with you on that. The actual number of men who said the responsibility is the woman's is 71. It's lower, Sue Ann. No one agreed with you, but you were right. All right, Sue Ann, we're still looking at that 10.
I don't like that card anymore. Give me
Don't
the
like
one.
it anymore. Here's the next card. It is a king. Good king.
I will say the next card is lower.
Lower than a king.
An ace.
It's an 8.
Okay, I will say the next card is higher.
You're going to go for it.
Yes, higher.
Higher than an 8. It's an ace. Very much higher.
I will go on and I will say the next card is lower.
Lower than an ace. Only an ace would lose. It is a 2.
I will go on and say the next card is higher.
Going for it all for the first game of the match. Higher than a 2. It's a 3. Just a little higher, but that's all it had to be. Win number 1 to the challenger and $100. Royce, you've been behind before, as I recall. And he made a comeback. Can he do it again? We'll find out. Janice will clear the board. I hope you'll watch this message of importance.
The LASIK vision.
Just have a couple of seconds. Sue Ann, I've got to ask you. You played the 10 a couple of times, and then you didn't want to play it anymore. Why?
No, it was bad luck. It was a bad card.
Oh, I see. Well, it
Lost 2 times if you could.
worked out for you. You got game number 1 and $100. Royce, you've come from behind before.
Sure have.
Trying for his 5th win. Maybe he can do it again. We'll find out next time on Card Sharks. Bye-bye for now.
Some of our contestants will receive Bissell's 2-in-1 formula. Carpet shampoo and soil guard keeps carpets cleaner, brighter, longer. And an electrofoam shampooer. Save time and work with Bissell. And for international entertaining or everyday meals, West Bend's Electric Oriental Wok. It's ideal for stir-frying, simmering, and stewing. And True Test Easy Care Latex Flat Enamel. Combined for flat finish of latex with the scrubbability of enamel. Exclusively from True Value Hardware stores. And Smooth and Silky by Remington. The electric razor for women that we believe shaves as well as a blade, the Remington Smooth and Silky. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.